Was somebody who was mad at the fact that I had a feature that she couldn't stand, and she thought that I was very ugly and she needed to rub it in my face, and that hurts me as a child. That killed me. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Noye. Thank you for clicking on my video to watch. If it's the first time here, I'm so excited to have you join me. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure you must have clicked on this video to watch because of the title, and it's something that is absolutely very important that I need you all to watch and pay so much attention to. I'd like to share my story of how I was tagged ugly because of my features. I'll see you guys after this time. Please don't go anywhere. So welcome back. I'd like to start with how people perceive me while I was growing up. While I was in the primary school, I was really very tiny and very thin, and then my dental feature was very pronounced, and a lot of people used that against me, and because of that I was called all kinds of names and all manner of names that affected me for a very long time. I had all the names in the world that you can think about. If you're a Nigerian, I'm sure some of these names are names that you have heard before. If you haven't heard them before, they are names that you may know the meaning. Two, some people called me Egota Mobos, Size Konye, Me Tiering, Tiering Bekun, Ejinjores, Ajejere Tinjakwewa, and Alajejo Jajewonu Dracula. Some people called me Wabbit. They didn't say rabbit, they said Wabbit. These were names that I grew up with. See, all kinds of names. They feel that my feature was too pronounced. My gap tooth was so pronounced when I was way younger. And I was so thin, and the combination made me look like a Dracula or like a dragon, according to them, in their opinion. So all of these names resonated with how I looked. So the names were there, stuck to me. Those were my names. You would see an adult come behind me, hold my hand, and then they'll flap it. Tearing beko, tearing beko, tearing beko, and it was just natural. It was just like that. So I took it as a part of me, as who I have finally become. Fast forward to when I gained admission into secondary school. So there was one day I was walking out of the hostel, and this older pupil, senior student, called me to say, "Why are you ugly?" And for the very first time, it dawned on me that I was actually very ugly. I started to believe that I was very ugly. So I started imagining all of the things and all of the names that they had called me back home before I got into school. And there was somebody affirming to me that I was ugly. So I looked at her and I gave her this expression of, what answer were you expecting me to give? And you know what shocked me? Hit me very hard and asked me to get out. For the first time I understood what bullying was. Yes, like, this is so painfully annoying because this is about something I had no control over. It wasn't that I did something to you. It wasn't about my attitude. It wasn't that I stole. It wasn't that I wronged anybody. But somebody else here was somebody who was mad at the fact that I had a feature that she couldn't stand, and she thought that I was very ugly and she needed to rub it in my face, and that hurts me as a child. That killed me. While I was coming into school, somebody gave me a diary that I really didn't use, but for the first time, I wrote into that diary to see that I was called ugly because somebody termed me ugly. You know where the insult was added to my injury? So I was on the field one day and I held the diary, and another senior called me. This was another person in SSJ, called me and said, "Let me see what you have with you." It wasn't a book I saw as being a big deal, but of course, in secondary school, most kids had diaries and they recorded important things. So these seniors were noisy. I didn't even have that knowledge. So she called me to say, "Let me see what you have in your diary." So when she flipped through, she saw what I wrote. And then when she saw it, she looked at me and said, "Are you sure you did not do anything to her? That's how you go about putting seniors in trouble. I better take your diary, get us job day." More like, you deserve to be called anything. You must have done something to be called this. So I didn't tell anybody my story. I just believed I was ugly. And that affected my confidence. It affected my self-esteem. For a very long time, I spoke with my mouth closed. A very long time. I laughed with my mouth closed. You know how hurtful and how painful it is that you would want to be in the midst of people, and then I was conscious about my dentition. I didn't want to laugh. I didn't want to talk because I knew I was ugly, and I knew people were going to refer to me as being so, and it killed me for a long time. And the painful thing was that the adults around me had no idea. They were all clueless because they didn't know. So as I grew up, I remember clearly again that somebody looked at me and said, I want to see the person we're going to marry you. That was when I began to say, is it this bad? Like, is it this bad? On different occasions, I've had people show me. On different occasions, I've had people show me for my future, and I thought it was really bad. Right here on YouTube, I made a video, and it currently has about 50,000 views. Somebody came to the comment section and talked about how wide my gap tooth was. It could pass for his window in the comment section. And then there was somebody who came in the comments under his comment to agree with him that my dentition was that bad, just here on YouTube. So I began to say that, okay, there's a way people perceive you with your feature and they have a problem with it. If they have a problem with it, I've learned now as an adult that it's their problem, it's not my problem. They're expected to deal with their problem. It's not my problem. So prior to that time, I have been gaining confidence by reading, by talking to myself, by believing that I'm not ugly. So all of this stopped when I read a book about who you are when no one is looking, about your self-confidence, about yourself. I began to say to myself that, see, this is an expression of how these people feel about me. It has nothing to do with me. And so I have a problem with when people look at other people and want to tag them based on their natural features that they have no control about. I've seen people call children ugly because they have a certain dentition. They have their legs in a particular format. Some say they have K-leg, some say that's knock knees, some say they have bow legs, some say they have big head, and then you hear all manner of names. Now as a teacher, I sometimes defend children like a wounded lion. If I hear that or I see a case of bullying, you would you just don't want to bring a case of bullying near me as a teacher. You just don't want to bring it. First of all, you don't want to bring it. Because I've been there and I know what the child feels like and I know what it is like. But I've come to say that parents have to start talking to their children about having self-confidence, about believing in themselves. And to these children who also troll other people, that sometimes they learn this thing from their parents also, or they are just children that have not been well schooled, or they've not been talked to so well. But I think there's a case or there's something about bullying that we need to start dealing with. Name calling has become another day in school. If you're a teacher, if you're a parent, you know that name calling is something that children do a whole lot. And I think that we have to stop this. And it starts with us as adults. So I'd like to say that as parents, let your children gain confidence in their features, in themselves, in their body sizes, in how they look, in their dentitions, in their features. They didn't create these features. They didn't do anything to have these features. It's natural to them. Whether they have knocked knees or bow legs or gap tooth or big head or small head, it don't matter. It has nothing to do with the content of the container. It has nothing to do with what they carry on the inside of them. It's not what you drive, it's what drives you, it's what propels you, it's what moves you. So children need to gain confidence in themselves and let them understand that they are supposed to stand up to a bully. They're not supposed to be intimidated in any way. Let's hear what has happened to you. Share your story with me. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's share together. If you have nuggets, if you have things that you think we should start to say to our children concerning being bullied, or concerning being called names based on their features, please share with me in the comment section. I'd love to read your comments. Please subscribe to this channel if you're not yet subscribed. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you in the next video. Please make sure you like, comment and share. I'll see you later. If you're new to my channel, click on the subscribe button, tap on the notification bell, like it, comment and share. Thank you.